If you go to the Udemy website, you can find that we have two types of users, instructor and student. Let's try to implement the same functionality using factory pattern. Okay, let's create instructor file. And student. Okay? In this lesson, I'm going to use inheritance because both instructor and student will have name. Let's create person class. Class person. Inside of the person class, create constructor with the following parameter, name. This dot name assign name. Now let's export this module. Export person. Now using module pattern, let's import our module. Create new variable person. And using keywords require, we're gonna import our person file. Person, okay. Now create class instructor. And extends class person because we are using inheritance. Create constructor. And inside of the constructor, we have following parameters. Name, which will come from the person class, position, and earnings. Because every instructor has some money. Okay? Now we should use keyword super because we are using inheritance and we're gonna inherit name from the person. Name, okay? And let's create this dot position. It will be kind of personal information. For example, I'm software engineer. Position and this dot earnings. Okay, now let's create method to string. Let's use JSON dot stringify to show our object. This. We're gonna show this object. Okay? Now let's export this module. Copy instructor. Okay, let's create one more class, student. We're gonna inherit the same class, person, and create class student extends person. Okay, constructor will be with the following parameters: name and level of a student, beginner or advanced. We need this level to recommend some courses for a student. Okay, let's use keyword super to inherit name from the person class. And now this dot level. Okay. Create one more. Let's copy this function in the student class. Okay. Good. And the last step is to export this module. Now it's time to show you how to create the factory pattern. Create new file with the name user factory. User factory. And inside of this class, import two files. First is instructor module. And the second one is student module. And now let's create user factory. Constant user factory and assign new function with following parameters. First is type, which is a type of user, student or instructor. The second one is name, which comes from person. Also we have position for instructor, and we have earnings with initial value 0. And the last one is level, which is by default beginner. Now inside of this function create some conditions due to which we can define what type of the object we should create. Create condition if type will be instructor. Then we should return new object instructor. And this object should have following parameters: type, name, position, and earnings. But if our type is student, we should return student, new student object with parameters type and name, and also level. Okay? Now let's export this module, and we will check in the main file. Here we have a mistake. We should use arrow function. And let's create main file, main.js, or index file, it doesn't matter. Inside of the main file, we don't need to import instructor or student, because these modules are imported in the user factory module. Now let's import user factory. Const user factory require and let's try to create new objects. First will be instructor poll. Okay. User factory. And it has following parameters. Type will be instructor. Name will be poll. Position will be software engineer. And earnings will be, for example, 1000. Now let's create new student. For example, John. Let's use again user factory. but with type student. Good. Name will be John. And level will be beginner. Okay? Let's check. Console.log. Poll to string function. Okay? Copy this line and change name John. Let's check. Okay, everything is working. We have two users. First is instructor and the second one is student. We have created these users using the factory concept. Due to the condition, we are creating new object. Okay? I hope this lesson is useful for you. Don't forget to practice and see you in the next video, guys.